there was a home task as far as I have remember. Yes. So this is about myself. I am Priyanka Chatterjee, UGC NET qualified with 99.46 percentile, and this is the WhatsApp number. If you want to join the WhatsApp group, you can ping me, and this is the email ID, and this is the Telegram group. So if you are watching the video for the first time, then please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get all the latest update. Okay. Yes. So propositional logic is clear to everyone. Yes. Now come to the point of, so propositional logic is clear to everyone. Please try to solve the previous year's question from the propositional logic, and if you have any doubt, then ask me. I am going to start predicate logic, because predicate logic, there are some question is coming from predicate logic previous years. So I am going to start predicate logic. If you have any doubt in propositional logic, then please send me. I will discuss tomorrow if you have any doubt. Okay. Now predicate logic. Predicate logic means you have to understand two things, that is universal quantifier and existential quantifier. Two things you have to understand, and here is the if your concept is clear here, then predicate logic you can do easily. If your concept is not clear here, then you will be not able to understand the predicate logic. So please try to concentrate here to understand the what is universal quantifier, what is existential quantifier, because most of the students are getting confused where we have to write for all. This is for all, and this is there exist. So most of the students are getting confused here, that where we have to use for all and where we have to use there exist, right? So what is quantifier? Quantifier is quantification expression that to the extent to which a predicate is true over the range of element. So what is quantifier? Quantifier means when you are there is the set, from the total set you have to understand, is it true for all or is it true for some? That is the concept. If it is true for all, then you can go, that is for all. If it is true for something, some, many, you have to understand the some, many, all, these words are very important. In the English we are using the word like all, some, many, none and few. So that are the some quantifier, that are the that quantifier you have to understand. Okay. So universal means predicate are true for every element under consideration. So when they are giving any example, any statement, from that statement you have to identify that is there anything, is there any one example you can, if you can get that any one example is possible, for that one it cannot be true, then you cannot use for all. For all only you can use when it is true for all, when true is coming for all the set. Okay. And there exist means what? If you can identify at least one element, this is the total set, from this total set if you can identify at least one element, then you can write that there exist. So there is one, at least one or more than. It can be at least one or more element under the consideration for which predicate is true. Then you can write that there exist Px, means there exist x for Px. Okay. In that way we have to write. Now this is the universal quantifier. Universal quantifier you can write in different way. These are the different way. Try to understand that what are the different way, because here the confusion is coming. So Kallani was asking me that there are some confusion. So I will suggest you, Kallani, those question please send me. This some question you have some confusion in the predicate logic. If you collected the question, then please send me the question so that I can discuss the question tomorrow. Okay. Yes. So here you can see that is the many mathematical statement assert that the property is true for all value of the variable. Now here we can write that for all x, px denotes the universal quantifier of px, where for all is the universal quantifier. Now an element for px is false is called that the counter example. This is the counter example, means from the total set if you can at least one element that is not satisfying, means this is the counter example, then you cannot write the for all. Okay, and beside for all and for every, universal quantifier can be expressed in many other ways. So what are the way? One way is for all. If there is the statement like for all, then you have to use for all, that is this one. If there is for every means that is also for all. Try to remember the term for all, for every. And another way, that is all of the students are good, means here also for all, or for each student of the class I am telling this, means I am telling for all student. For each is also for all. Please remember the term, there the students are getting confused. Now given any means I am given any statement, that given arbitrary, given any means any one. If I am taking any one of the set, then it is true for them, means if you are taking arbitrarily anything, it will be true, means it is true for all. Okay, so what are the statement is coming, what are the quantifier is coming? One is for all, for every, all of, for each, given any, for arbitrary, for each, for any, anything can come. Please write down this term, because within this term all of you are getting confused. So please write down the term. All the term is representing universal quantifier. Okay, so but this is the best way to avoid the any, because it is ambiguous. Because when the statement is coming any, for any, that is given any or for any, then it is ambiguous. But sometimes examiner is giving us that type of statement and we are getting confused. So if examiner giving that for any this type of statement, then please try to read the statement at least 2 times and try to understand that what they is exactly telling. Don't think that for any is always that there exist. No, for any means it can be for all. It is depending on how they are representing. Okay. Okay. Now come to the existential quantifier. Existential means there exist. So it is easy. But confusion is coming in for all. It is easy, there exists that many mathematical statements assert with that an element certain property. There are the set, from the set at least one is true or more than one is true, that is there exist. So we can write that there exists an element x in the domain such that px. So for one element that is true means we can write there exist. There exists is true for every time, but for all is not true for every time. Okay, and this is the called the there exists statement. Now that a domain must be always be specified when the statement there exists px is used. Okay. Furthermore, that is there exists px changes without specifying the domain. If you use there exists, so without specifying the domain, that is no meaning. No meaning, because if you are telling there exists x, so where the x's exist, you have to specify the domain is px. If you are not specifying the domain, then there is no meaning, because where the x's exist, you have to specify the domain. Okay, and Uniqueness quantifier. Uniqueness means there are some quantifier like there exist explanatory. Exclamatory sentence is there. Sometimes rarely they are using, but try to remember this, maybe they can ask. So, this is the quantifier like uniqueness. Uniqueness means unique, this is unique. So, when there exist के साथ एक exclamatory, here is the sign exclamatory means this is telling exclamatory, okay. This is the unique, there is a unique property of one element, then sometimes we are using that this notation, okay. This is denoting that there exists a unique x such that px means one and only unique example is there, that is one and only, there is exactly one and there is one, and then we are using this exclamatory. Sometimes rarely they are using, but try to remember, maybe sometimes in question maybe they can ask in that way, okay. So, all the notation is clear to everyone? All the notation is clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Anyone have any doubt? Okay, Kallani, before that the same mistake you have done. You have did also, okay. Yes, I have did that mistake, you have also did. Okay. Okay. Now, express the statement. How we can express the statement? There are different way of expressing, that is every student in this class has studied calculus. That is a one type of representation, that every student in this class has studied calculus means here it is for all x, right. Now, we can write in another way that for every student in this class, that student has studied calculus, both are same. Here also we can write, yes, that is for all. Next type of representation we can write that for every student x in this class, x has studied calculus, that is also same representation. So, how we can represent, that is Cx. Cx is x has studied calculus. Cx means x has studied calculus. If the domain for x consisting that the class for all Cx. So, for all x Cx, that is the meaning that for all there is the every student is studying calculus. Every type of statement you can represent in that way, for all x Cx. Anyone, if any type is coming, then it is coming same. And another approach, what is the another approach? That is for every person x. For every person x, I am taking a broad example, that is the person. If person x is a student, that I am taking a wider example, I am taking the full set of person, there is the person from whole world. Now, I am taking from the person, there is a set, that is x. If x is student, the set x is student, I am taking example, that is x is a student, then in the class, then x has studied calculus. Aditya Singh, okay, thank you. If you are new to this channel, then please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon. Thank you, Aditya. Now, that is the, now I am taking broad. So, what is broad is telling, that is I am taking Sx. Sx is the x in the class. I am taking another, that is Sx means x in the class, and Cx means it is that x studied calculus. So, for all x, Sx implies Cx. for all x, I am taking for all, that is all person. From there, which person is the student, which person is the student, they studied calculus. So that is the different way of representation. Sometimes different way of representation is coming in the option. So that's why you have to understand all the possibility. For any question you have to understand all the possibility, that how they can represent and which option can be true, because the option are very confusing for the predicate logic. That's why try to remember the different types of way of representation. The difference is clear here. Here we are taking x is a set of student only, but here we are taking the person from whole world, and from that person, if x is the student, then he studied calculus. That's why I am writing here that for all x, Sx implies Cx. Okay, got it? Clear? Please try to clear this concept, because after that when I will ask the question, you will it will be more clear to you. Okay. Now there are the some question, means please remember there are the some notes, some question you have to remember, that don't do that mistake. These are the mistakes what we are doing. These are the mistakes where we are doing in the example. So don't do this type of mistake every time. Please remember that don't do this type of mistake. What are the mistake we are doing? Don't do that mistake. Okay. So what are the mistake? That our statement cannot be expressed as for all x, Sx and Cx. Just previous statement. What we are telling, that Sx is the student, then student, if x is the student, then x is studying calculus. But you cannot use here and. You cannot use here and, because if you are using and here, then the statement will be that, because this statement says that all people are student. Here all people are student in this class and have studied calculus. Is it true? Note down the difference. What we are telling in our previous statement, that is for all x, Sx implies Cx. But if you are using and means it is telling that statement says all people are student in this class. So is it true ki all people are student? That cannot be possible. In the world all people are student and in this class, right? And they have studied calculus. That's why you cannot. Don't do that. This is wrong. Don't do that mistake. If the and is coming, means that is the different way. That is the wrong. The meaning is wrong here. Okay. And if some student, now come to the there exist. Now come to the point of there exist. So some student in the class. Some student in the class has visited Mexico. Now I am telling that some student, there are all from the all student, there are these are the student, there are some student who visited Mexico. Okay. So what we can write, that is there is a student x in the class. So there is a student x in the class having the property that x is visited Mexico. Right? There from all the student of the class, there is a student x who visited Mexico. Right? So we can write that there exists x mx. We can write that there exists x mx. So from the whole student there exists some x who visited Mexico. Mx is representing that x has visited Mexico. Okay. ये तुम्हारी बहुत बड़ा कंफ्यूजन है. अभी कंफ्यूजन क्लियर हो रहा है कल्याणी? नाउ आपका कंफ्यूजन क्लियर हो रहा है कहाँ पे एंड, वेयर द एंड इज कमिंग एंड वेयर द इम्प्लीकेशन इज कमिंग, व्हाई इट इज रॉन्ग, व्हाई वी कैन नॉट यूज. We know that I know that I was doing some mistake, that's why I have written here that don't do this type of mistake. Now your confusion is clear? Now tell me that here the MX has visited, so MX has visited Mexico. Now we can another approach is there. That what is the another approach? That there is a person X. We can write that there is a person X. Now I am taking the whole world. There is a person X having the properties that X is a student in the class. X is a student in the class and X has visited Mexico, right? So here we can write that there exists X. We are writing here that there exists X, SX and MX. Now here and is coming. See, here and was not true because that is the different meaning. For all, here it is the if you are using and here, then it is representing that for all people it is true. But here we are using and. Here we can using and, because here it is the meaning that there is a person. It is the meaning that there exists X means there is a person. SX is who is a student in the class and MX means who has visited Mexico. Clear? There is a person X. That after that there is a bracket. There is a person X. What was the statement? There is a person X, then SX and MX. Clear? Is it clear to you? So just see the difference. Just I am taking a sheet that if you are telling for all X, SX and CX like that, then this is wrong, because here you are mentioning that it is true for all students, true for all people. But if you are telling that there exists X, SX and CX, it is the meaning that there exists X, there exists a student X who is studying in that class and he is studying calculus also. That is correct, but this is wrong. Clear? Here you cannot use there exists. Here you have to use for all X, SX implies CX. But here you have to use that and. Clear? Is it clear to you? Where you can use implies and where you can use and. Okay, done. And this is the meaning. So here the quantifier. Now this is the chart, that is the statement. For all X, Px means when it is true. For all X, Px, when it is true that Px is true for all X. Right? When it will be false, there is an X for which Px is false. If from the whole set there is at least one set which is not satisfying the property, means the for all will be false. For all will be false then. Right? And there exists X Px. When there exists X Px will be true, that there is an one, at least one X. This is the set and from that set at least one X is there, then it is true. When it will be false, that if the total set is true for all, if px is false for every x, if px is false, if the total set there is nothing, if the total set is false for everyone, then the there exists will be false. Means for there exists true, you have to identify at least one element should be true, and for all false, क्या में देयर एग्जिस्ट में इम्प्लाइज आ सकता है या नहीं? देयर एग्जिस्ट मीन्स दैट फॉर ऑल वी कैन नॉट यूज एंड. नो, दैट इज द नॉट मीनिंग. ऐसा नहीं है कल्याणी, ऐसा नहीं है कि देयर एग्जिस्ट में आप फॉर ऑल यूज नहीं कर सकते हो, देयर एग्जिस्ट में आप इम्प्लाइज नहीं यूज कर सकते हो. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग. Here why we are not using, you have to understand the meaning. Here the meaning is changing, it is not the rule. There is no such rule, there is no such rule of predicate logic and propositional logic. You have to understand the meaning, the meaning is changing here. Okay, don't Kalyani and Prachi, don't do that mistake ki for when you are using for all means you are not able to use and. That is not true. You have to understand the what question is asking. According to the statement you have to understand the meaning. There is no rule like that ki if for all is there then you cannot use and here. Okay, I am taking this example to clear your concept, but don't think that that is a rule. There is no such rule that when for all will come then you cannot use and, you have to use implication, or when there exist is come then you have to use and. No such rule is there. Okay, I am taking this example to clear your concept, why this is wrong and why this is correct. You have to understand the statement. Always try to read the statement and try to understand the statement, and from that statement understand the option. Okay, no such rule, no rule is there. Okay, here the meaning is changing. Why we cannot use and here? The meaning is changing. The meaning is telling that if you are taking the for all x, what is the meaning is coming? That the all, for all people are student. It is telling that all people, for all x means all people are student and they are studying calculus. Is it true? The meaning is changing, right? All people are student. Is it true? No. But here the meaning is telling that there exists x, means there exists some x, for that x that is student and he is going to Mexico. Yes, yes, example will come, definitely example will come, definitely example will come, don't worry, I will take the example. Okay, so this is clear. So this is clear that when it is true and when it is false. I will take different types of example, then your concept will be clear. Now the precedence. Now you have to understand the precedence, that the quantifier for all and there exist have the higher precedence. Here you have to understand the precedence, that the precedence than all logical operation over the propositional logic. If for all or there exist is there, then this is the higher precedence. If you are using for all before x, means that is the higher precedence, because if you are implying here and or implication, means it is implying for all. that are the higher precedence. So here you can write like that, for all px or qx. What it was there, that for all x px or qx, right? So now you can change it like for all px. What we can change, the I am writing here, for all x px was there and this is qx, right? So what you can do, that for all px we can write that. So that's why we can write that for all x px or qx. That is correct. That is correct, because here x is true for this x only, for this px sets only. Px is the different set and qx is the different set, and this x is true only for the px. Okay, here it is telling this x is true only for the px. This x is not true for qx. Don't do this mistake. If you write like that, ki for all x px or qx, that is wrong. That is wrong. You cannot write like that, because here the meaning is telling that the x is true for all px and qx, or px and or qx. Matlab px is a set, px was a set and qx was a different set. Here it was telling that x is true for px, but if you are writing in that way, then it is the meaning coming that x is true for px or qx. The meaning is changing, right? The meaning is changing. If I am telling that x is true for this set of integer, so 2 is true for set of integer, right? And there is the another set, that is or qx. Qx is the another set, maybe the set is float. So can you tell that 2 is true for integer or float? Integer or float? We cannot say that, right? That are different meaning. That are the different meaning. Clear? Clear? So from here, what is our understanding? What is our understanding? That for all x px or qx means we can write like that, for all px or qx. In that way we can write, but we cannot write like that, for all x px or qx. This is wrong. This is wrong, because here the meaning is changing. Here the x is true for this and this. No, this is the meaning is changing. That's why we cannot use. Okay, got it? Got it? Clear? Concept is clear? Yes. Now come to the negation. Now when you are using negation, this is very important. This is very important. Try to remember that when you are using negation. Negation means negation for all x px means it was true for all set. For all set it was true. It was true for all set. Now when you are applying the negation means there is one or some element that is not true. Not means this is not true for all x. I am telling that this is not true for all x. Means there exists x, not px. Means there exists some x for which the px is not true. Right? So when you are applying that not for all x px, means we can write that there exists x not px, means there exists some x which is not satisfying px. There exists some x which is not satisfying px, that is the meaning, right? And when you are using not there exists qx, means there is the set, for all set there is no x for which the qx is not satisfying. That is the meaning you are not able to identify any one for which it is not true, means it is true for all. That's why that is meaning that for all x not qx. That is the meaning that for all x the not qx, right? Try to remember this. This is very important formula. For all x is changing to there exist, and this not is coming here, and when there exist there is not, means for all it is changing to for all, and this not is coming here. This not is coming here, and here the not is coming here, and this for all is changing to there exist, and here the there exist is changing to for all. Please remember this. This is very, very important. Okay. And when you are writing that for implication, for the implication means not for all x, there px implies qx. So it will be changed to there exist, and this implication will be changed to and. This implication is changed to and. Px and not qx. Why it is changing to and? Can anyone tell me? That px implies qx means what? That is not px or qx, right? This is not px or qx. So this not is coming here, double not is coming here, not px is coming here or qx is coming here, means it is not px or not qx, right? That's why px or not qx. That's why it is coming that for there exists x, px and qx, and that is the changing to and. This is changing to and, sorry, this will be changed to and. Yes, by solving implication and negation. The or is changing here. If you coming to the bracket, this or is changing to and. That's why this is coming that there exists px and not qx. Got it? That this 3 rule is very, very important. Try to remember this 3 rule. Okay. Clear? Clear to everyone? The predicate logic clear? Any doubt? Anyone have any doubt? Okay, try to solve this question. Try to solve this question. This is a question of NET June 2019. NET June 2019. And 2018. Okay, everyone is giving the answer. Very good. It is very easy. 2 is the answer. Just now we have solved. There exists S is for all x. Right. Now try to solve this. This is NET December 2019. NET December 2019. क्वेश्चन लगाने पे ही डाउट आता है, ठीक है। अब डाउट आपको जितना भी डाउट है कल्याणी भेजो, जितना भी डाउट है भेजो, कल वी विल डिस्कस टुमारो। जहां जहां पे डाउट है everyone send me the doubt, we will discuss the doubt, but please send me by today, by tonight or tomorrow morning, so that I can prepare for that. Okay, so what is the answer? What is the answer? Here it was for all x px or for all x qx, and here that is the for or is logical equivalent. Just now we have discussed, right? So this both are logical equivalent. There is for all x and here is px and or. So if you are telling that that is not logical equivalent, just now we have discussed, and it is also not logical equivalent. So both S1 and S2 is true. 3 is the answer. Just now we have discussed everything clearly, right? 3 is the answer, not logical equivalent there. Yes. Now try to solve this. Try to solve this one, December 2018. This is the question of December 2018. Answer everyone, try to answer. Sunita, Sarita is giving the answer. What about others? Sunita and Sarita is giving the answer. What about others? I need answer from everyone. Sujata is also giving the answer. I can see 11 live learners, but answer is not coming. I can see 11 live learners, but answer is not coming. Okay, Kallani is giving the answer. Okay, so let's see the answer. Now Sunita and Sarita, 2, am I right? Okay, so now everyone is confused here. Sunita and Sarita already know the answer, because we have done this problem in Unacademy. Unacademy we have done this 2 times in special class and in class course. We have done this. That's why Sunita and Sarita already know the answer. That's why they are giving the correct answer, and others are getting confused. So see, this is the confusion is coming, that there is a country that border both India and Nepal. There is a country that border of India and Nepal. So which one is correct? Just now we have discussed ki for there exist x, there was an example that there exist x, student x and Mexico mx. There exist x. ये भी क्या है सरप्राइज टेस्ट में? अच्छा ठीक है, या ये भी किया है सरप्राइज टेस्ट में। अच्छा सरप्राइज टेस्ट में भी किया है, हाँ हो सकता है, मे बी, हाँ हाँ हाँ, यह भी हाँ हाँ हो सकता है, हो सकता है, हाँ सरप्राइज टेस्ट में किया है हम लोग, definitely. So there exist S, X and MX. Just now we have discussed, right, कि there exist X for which the student X and Mexico X. Like that example just now we have done, just now. So why you are getting confused here? There is implication is not coming. The implication is coming in the for all statement, right? Here it is telling that there exists a country, there exists a country that means it is nothing but and. There exists a country and border sea, India, border of India and border of Nepal. So that's why here the and is coming, that's why I have discussed that example, that student X MX. So here if you telling that example, this is there exists C implies that there exists C, here it is what it is given, that there is a country that implies, here that is implies is not there, it is telling that means that country is, there exists a country and that is the border of India and border of Nepal. That's why this is the correct answer. This implication will not come here, and there is the implication, this is also not come here, and this is definitely wrong, because this is not a proper proposition, this is not a proper representation of proposition. That's why C is definitely wrong, and don't be confused with the implication. This implication is not mean, this is not meaning here. This implication is coming when we are telling that if there exists a X, if this is true then this is true, this is a like that implication. If X is true then Y is true, implies means what, that if X is true then Y is true. Is it telling like that? Is it not telling? It is not telling that. When you are telling that for all X, Sx implies Cx, that is the meaning was that for all X means for there are some people, that is for all X. Sx means who are the student, student implies that he is studying calculus, but here is no implication. You cannot say that is the implication. No, this is no implication. That's why this is wrong and this is wrong. Only this one is correct. Okay, got it? Got it? Kalani and Bhanu. Bhanu was telling 2, why 2 is not correct. Kalani was telling 4. Why 4 is not correct? Got it? Clear? Doubt clear? Yes, now this is very easy. This is very easy. Yesterday Sarita was telling that ma'am December 2019 propositional logic. So all the question from December 2019 we have done. Yesterday we have discussed 2 questions from December 2019 propositional logic, and predicate logic we have discussed today. So December 2019 all question is done. Okay Sarita? Yesterday you was asking, right? Sarita? Everything is done. Now this is very easy. Try to solve this. This is the question of December 2018. December 2018. Which of the following are statement? Yes, yes, it is very clear. That is 1 and 3 are statement. There is no in January. This is a statement. This is not a statement. This is a question. And today is Sunday. This is a statement. You must have to know this is a command. This is not a statement. This is we are commanding someone. This is a command and this is a question. I can take your doubt so that I can take your question. We can discuss the question tomorrow. So by tomorrow we will be finished the propositional logic. We will start the artificial intelligence again, the remaining topic, that is the genetic algorithm and the neural network. Okay, neural network and genetic algorithm we will start. So I think the class is helpful to you all. We have solved all the previous year's question from UGC NET, propositional logic and predicate logic. All question we have done, and all the concept is clear to you. Not only UGC NET, we have solved also some GATE previous year's question also. All the concept is I have tried my level best to make you understand the topic so that propositional logic will be easy for you. Just try to practice. Without practice you cannot do anything. You have to do the practice. Okay, please try to practice more and more question, and if you have any doubt please try to send like or 5 dislike. So please एक बार like dislike कुछ भी कर दो, comment भी नहीं करना है तो please एक बार like और dislike anything. If it is your choice, you can do anything. Okay, thanks for joining the session. Please try to continue the session. I will not ask your name. I will not ask to give you the response, but please try to continue the class. Thanks for joining the session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good night.